that matter is unconscious. We live in a universe made up of unconscious matter. All the stars and galaxies and the whole of outer space are full of unconscious matter. This Earth is made of unconscious matter. Animals and plants are basically made of unconscious matter, and so are we. Third, the total amount of matter and energy is always the same. This is the principle of conservation of matter and energy. All of us learnt it at school. And it says that there's a fixed quantity and it never changes. Fourth, the laws of nature are fixed. The laws of nature are the same today as they were at the time of the Big Bang, and they'll be the same forever. Fifth, nature is purposeless. There are no purposes in nature. If animals and plants seem to show purposes, this is just a kind of illusion. And the whole evolutionary process has no purpose or direction. It just develops as a result of blind chance and blind laws. Sixth, biological inheritance is material. Everything that's inherited biologically is inherited in the genes, the genetic material, or in epigenetic modifications of the genes, or in cytoplasmic inheritance. So everything is material in inheritance. Seventh, memories are stored as material traces inside brains. Everything you remember is somewhere inside your head, in chemicals or in modified nerve endings. The memories are all inside the head. Eighth, the mind is nothing but the activity of the brain. Mental activity is all inside the head, is nothing but brain activity. 9, psychic phenomena like telepathy are illusory. They may appear to happen, many people believe they've had them, but that's because they haven't been properly educated in science, because scientists know that these things are impossible. And they're impossible because the mind is confined to the inside of the head. So thoughts and intentions cannot possibly have any effect at a distance. So all the evidence must be flawed, fraudulent, or illusory. 10th, mechanistic medicine is the only kind that really works. There are many alternative and complementary therapies, but none of them are real medicine. Sometimes people get better after seeing alternative therapists, but that's just because they would have got better anyway, or because it's the placebo effect. But the only kind that really works is medicine based on physics and chemistry that treats the body as a machine. And that's why official medicine is based on surgery, physical treatments, or drugs. And that's why governments all over the world spend most of their, if not all of their research money on mechanistic medicine. In Britain, the Medical Research Council, the government funding agency that spends £1 billion a year of taxpayers' money on medical research, spends 100% of it on mechanistic medicine and 0% on any alternative or complementary therapies. Why? Because mechanistic medicine is the only kind that really works. It would be a waste of money to spend any time examining these other systems because we know in advance they must be wrong. So these are the basic 10 assumptions which are the default mindset of educated people today, especially scientists, but not just scientists. This is the belief system that dominates the media, governments, corporations, and the educational system. It's what's taken to be the scientific worldview. But actually, it's a dogmatic belief system that arose in the 19th century, based on mechanistic roots in the 17th century. It's essentially the philosophy of materialism, which is a worldview or philosophy, not a science. It's a philosophical worldview that took over science and has dominated it ever since. My argument is that if science is liberated from these dogmas, it will still be science. It will be better science because the spirit of inquiry will be free instead of inhibited by these beliefs, which mean that any deviation from them is treated as heresy. And heresy damages careers. Most scientists, if they think differently, don't say so in public because they're afraid.